lovely and talented Tony, everyone.
So lovely.
Yes. My name is Steve. I have a last name too, and we'll talk about that. I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. New dad. My wife gave birth to a bouncing baby boy 42 years ago last October. We're just a little bit late on the birth announcements, but we're better on the birth announcements than we were on our wedding thank yous. We're still getting some of those back. Mark returned to sender. Occupant died 20 years ago. And speaking about weddings, not too long ago, a woman in my office got engaged. And it was kind of like, I don't know, women have this homing device. When they hear of a woman getting engaged, they just flock in from all over. There must have been 200 women in this office, none of whom knew the girl that got engaged. But they're all jumping up and down, asking her where the church was, when the reception, what the wedding date was, going absolutely bananas. For a guy, when he gets engaged, a guy, his friends come over, they shake his hand, they tap him on the shoulder. It's kind of like he's going off to war, or maybe he's going on a suicide mission. For me, when my son got engaged, and it seems like only yesterday we were sending out birth announcements. When my son got engaged, I came over to him and I shook his hand, and I said, "Son, remember this day forever, because from here on in you will never ever be right again." What else can I tell you about myself? I'm a politician. I'm probably the only politician you'll ever meet that admits to being a comedian. I sit on the Board of Commissioners of the Greater Boca Raton Beach and Park District. Anybody ever heard of the Greater Boca Raton Beach and Park District? One?
Yeah, because you
wow.
mentioned it.
Oh, yeah, you cheated. Anyway, the reason you never heard about it is because we're probably the second most obscure taxing district in the state after the Lower Loxahatchee Unified Apron District. What else? I'm a veteran. I served in the United States Army Reserves. Don't clap, it wasn't that much fun. I was in the reserves. They were so happy to get rid of me that they gave me all kinds of stuff. They gave me a field jacket. I got combat boots, dress uniform, fatigues, all this stuff just to get rid of me. The only thing they didn't give me was my rifle and my steel helmet, and we're probably all better off because of it. But I did learn things in the Army. I learned how to drive a manual transmission, otherwise known as a stick. And it's great if your car has a manual transmission. Otherwise, it's kind of like writing in cursive these days and knowing how to operate a rotary phone. It's great, but who cares? The other thing, though, that I learned in the Army is how to look busy. And I'm going to give you some information tonight that will at least make you employee of the month, you know, so you can get that nice parking spot up near the door and not get wet when it rains. Anyway, there are a couple of things you need to do. First thing is get a clipboard. It can be any clipboard. It could be the clipboard that you had in school with the peace sign on it. Doesn't make a difference. Second thing, get paper with writing on it. Again, doesn't make a difference what's written on it. It could be your grandma's oatmeal cookie recipe. It could be a fantasy you wrote about the high school teacher you crushed on. Be anything. The third thing is you have to look like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. You know, one of these looks, right? Like, you know, think about what you look like when you're constipated. That just about fits it. The other thing is, and this is very important, you have to walk with purpose. You have to walk quickly. You know, one of these. Keep going, walking, walking, walking. You could be walking to your car to take a nap in the middle of the day, but if you walk quickly, you're fine. Nobody will notice. And just bear these things in mind, because if you pay attention, one day when you're sitting in that corner office and people are commenting about how busy you look, all right, you can say, well, this guy Steve told me all this stuff, and he's the one that got me to where I am today. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. You've been a great audience. Have a great night.
See you guys.